Alright, good morning. So I've actually been hiking for a few hours now, but I'm not filming much today because the camera's really low battery, so it's going to run out of battery really soon and I'm not going to be able to film much today, but I probably only have like less than 12 miles until I get to town or something like that. Have to hitchhike in though, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm probably not going to film much today. Yeah, but I'll show you the view that I have right now. So I came from somewhere back that way, and I'm about to head down, I think towards this lake down here. And yeah, we've got some nice views. Seems a little bit hazy today. And I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining it, but I thought it smelled a bit like forest fire smoke, but I could be wrong. Maybe the wind direction changed and we're getting some forest fire smoke from New Mexico. I don't really know. But yeah, I camped a little bit above the lake last night, and I pitched my tarp. I didn't film it because, like I said, I'm trying to conserve battery, but yeah, it was a nice spot to camp. It got kind of windy, but the tarp was pitched really well, so it was fine. And yeah, just really nice views, good sunset views last night and good sunrise views this morning. But yeah, I'll try and film some of the views today, but I've already missed out on filming a lot of stuff just because trying to save battery, so we'll see how that goes. But it's not too far to get to the next town, which is Silverton, and then I'm going to stay at a hostel there, so obviously recharge everything up for the next stretch. Alright, so the camera ran out of battery and now I'm in Silverton. This is actually the next day, but I'm just going to fill you in with what happened on this day. So yeah, camera ran out of battery. There were amazing views. The last clip in this video before this is a great view, but there were loads of cool views after that, because after that I was hiking down into the valley, got into the forest. There were loads of wildflowers and all these wildflowers and trees, and in between the trees you could see those same mountains that you get in that previous clip. But I got closer and closer to those mountains and then climbed back out of the valley a different way and kept looking back at those mountains, and then realized that the views just kept getting crazier. So it was too bad that the camera had run out of battery. My phone had also run out of battery, so I missed out on a lot of like actually really cool views. But you know, it's whatever. I've done a lot of hiking before without actually capturing any photos and videos, and sometimes that's a nice way to be. You know, I try to embrace it and just remember that I'm out here viewing these amazing views with my own two eyes, and it doesn't need to all be recorded on video, it doesn't need to all be shared with other people. Sometimes it's actually really nice just to know that like this is my experience, and you know, it's mine. You know, doesn't have to all be shared with other people. So yeah, that was a nice little change of pace, because I'm always like kind of trying to record videos, and I always see an amazing view and I'm like, oh, I've got to quickly get my camera out and get like the perfect shot. But it's nice to sometimes know that like the camera's dead, the phone is dead, and just enjoy the scenery for what it is. And I kept looking back like, oh, this is the last time I'll see this view, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I kept hiking and I reached the Colorado Trail. So the CDT and the Colorado Trail now overlap for maybe the next like 300 miles or something, quite a long way that I'm actually on the Colorado Trail. And it was really nice to reach the, I'm going to call it the CT, So it's really nice to reach the CT because I know that it's going to be like really well maintained. There was a lot of overgrown trail and blowdowns and stuff on the CDT, which honestly wasn't that bad. I've seen way worse before, especially in the Pacific Northwest. But still, it's nice knowing that the Colorado Trail is going to be more well maintained. Also probably going to have more people on this trail, but yeah, anyway, really nice views. The scenery changed quite a bit. It became more like kind of grassy slopes, like kind of rolling grassy hills, but still with the massive mountains in the distance. Sorry, I just got interrupted there by someone walking by. But yeah, I was just saying it was like really kind of like grassy slopes, kind of rolling hills, but with the same like massive mountains in the distance all around me. So really cool views, but it was crazy windy. Like the wind was just insane, like strongest wind I've had on the trail so far, by far. Like actually crazy wind. A lot of people in town have actually been commenting that the wind has been way stronger than usual. So yeah, it was pretty insane. But yeah, so basically going through all this wind and beautiful scenery, but I was trying to get through it pretty quickly just because the wind was pretty crazy. And the wind is even like kind of strong now, even in town, but it was a whole different level up on that kind of like plateau, that like exposed open area. The wind was just absolutely insane, but the views were nice, so it was good. And I was going along the Colorado Trail for a bit, and then yeah, and then I got to a junction where I could basically drop down into the valley, and from there I can drop into the valley and basically hopefully get a ride into Silverton. And so I started hiking down that way. Sorry, I keep cutting in and out just because I find it kind of weird, like walking past people just holding this camera out and, you know, full just like YouTube vlog style, like everyone's watching me as I just like hold a camera and talk to myself, but oh well. Anyway, so dropped down into the valley, which took about like 1.7 miles or something, like close to 2 miles to get down to a dirt road where there's a trailhead. And I was hoping there'd be some cars there from people doing day hikes or something. But yeah, I got there pretty late. I got there at like 6 p.m. So there was no one there. It was just like an empty trailhead, empty parking lot. So I realized I wasn't going to get a ride, which was fine. I knew I was getting there late, so it was unlikely for there to be people out on this dirt road. So I started walking down the dirt road for a bit. I walked a couple miles, maybe only 1.5 miles or something, and I reached like an area with like car camping, and it was a beautiful valley, you know, like there's waterfalls all along the side and just a big river going down the middle of the valley next to the dirt road. So there was good camping there, and I passed a couple people who were car camping, and I figured, well, those people would probably be packing up like in the morning, and I could probably get a ride with them in the morning. So I just camped out there close to some people, thinking like, well, I'll try and pack up and start walking, and hopefully they'll drive past me and I can get a hitch into town. So anyway, I'm in town now. This is the following day, and you'll have to wait for tomorrow's video to find out what actually happened in terms of getting into Silverton, getting into town, because it wasn't that much further to get into town, less than 10 miles, but obviously I'd rather hitchhike in than walk the whole way in. So anyway, in town now, so I'll make tomorrow's video pretty soon and get some shots of what Silverton looks like, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow.